If you're needing the best travel tips to plan your first-time trip to Zakynthos, Greece, then this video is for you. This comprehensive travel guide comes firsthand from my latest solo trip to Zakynthos to get you ready, covering essential tips like the best time to visit, how to get around, where to stay on your first-time trip, what to do, dining tips, and more. Traveling beyond Greece? Check out all of CORR Travel's videos and subscribe to get the best in travel guides, itineraries, and tips that, all come from my actual travel. Without further ado, let's jump into this travel guide and ensure you'll enjoy your trip to Zakynthos as much as I did. Why visit Zakynthos? One of the largest of the Ionian Islands, Zakynthos, also called by its Italian name Zante, lies 300 plus kilometers west of Athens and is popular for its calm turquoise waters, unique natural landscapes, culture, and activities. The iconic beach Navajo, Greek for shipwreck, may take center stage, but Zakynthos' other paradisiacal beaches equally compete for sunseekers and adventurers. Also dedicated to the conservation of the endangered caretta, known as the loggerhead sea turtle, which nests along the National Marine Park of Zakynthos, visitors get the unique chance to view these magnificent protected creatures. From the quiet of Vasilikos, to the lively nightlife of LAGANAS, to the Greek culinary and historic trappings of Zante town, Zakynthos' 15 villages each offer their own cultural and outdoor attractions. An idyllic escape for beach enthusiasts, foodies, adventurers, and nature lovers alike. Trust me, Zante is an exciting island to explore for an upbeat or lazy getaway. Time of year, holidays, and events affect the best time to visit Zante. Year-round temperatures average from the low 50s to low 80s Fahrenheit. Peak season months are June through August, when air and water temperatures are peak with little rain, have the longest days, liveliest nightlife scene, but also villages and beaches packed with tourists, causing limited room availability and highest travel costs. Low season months are October through April, which have the shortest days, coolest air, and water temperatures, not ideal for water activities, cloudy days with rain, and some establishments and hotels closing for the season, but also have the fewest tourists and lowest travel costs. Shoulder season months are May and September, which are the best time to travel, for long days, warm water and weather, with some cooler nights, and fewer tourists for more space in hotels and on the beach, with lower travel costs than peak season. There are holidays and festivals in Zakynthos year-round which could impact costs, so consult them when planning your trip. You have two ways to reach Zakynthos. All flights arrive at Dionysios Lomos Airport, aka Zakynthos Airport, which is 5 kilometers south of Zante town and 7 kilometers northeast of LAGANAS, and has only one terminal, so arrive early on your day of departure. All passenger and car ferries and cruise ships arrive at the Zakynthos port in Zante town. Getting around Zakynthos, let's first start with getting from the airport or port to your accommodations. There are multiple transport options if your hotel does not offer a shuttle. A rental car is an ideal way to see the island, and car rental agencies are located at the airport, and several within blocks of the port of Zakynthos. Many come with USB ports and GPS for easier island navigation. Taxis are also convenient from the airport and port. At the airport, taxis are available 24 hours a day, May to October. Exit the airport terminal and find the taxi stand and pricing on your right. Fares are the same for parties from 1 to 4 persons and will double if parties are 5 or more, and vary depending on where in the Zakynthos you are staying. Additional fees for extra baggage, for example, may be added, so always confirm the fare before riding and be prepared to pay in cash. Alternatively, the zantetaxi.gr website allows you to book and pay for your taxi in advance. Always tip in cash. If you're a party of 4 or less and staying within a 15-minute drive, like the airport to LAGANAS, a taxi could be a much cheaper option than a private transfer. There is no Uber or Bolt rideshare in Zakynthos. And of course, another quick and easy option from the airport or port is hiring a private transfer, online in advance. This may be a better financial option for parties 5 or larger, or if staying further away from the airport or port. I have links to a highly rated private transfer service below for your convenience. The airport bus is not as convenient, unfortunately. It departs in front of the airport terminal approximately hourly from 6:40 a.m. to 7:40 p.m. daily, with Sunday times varying, and go to the central bus station in Zante town, a 15-minute walk from the port. One-way tickets start at €250, which you pay in cash to the driver. Switch buses in Zante town to your village for an additional fare. Now at your accommodations, let's talk about getting around the island. Zakynthos villages themselves, including Zante town, are very walkable. Depending on your village, it could be hilly, or you may encounter steep paths to access beaches. However, getting between most other villages, exploring more beaches, historical sites, dining options, and more will require some form of vehicle transportation. Like Santorini, the KTEL bus operates in Zakynthos. Buses are air-conditioned and tickets start at €2. Again, pay the driver in cash. Most start from Zante town central station. And check the KTL website for routes and schedules in advance, as they can fluctuate. There is always the reliable taxi, which your hotel can arrange for you, or you can arrange via the zantetaxi.gr website. Four-wheel ATVs are popular in Zakynthos, but they are noisy and dirty and disrupt the island tranquility, in my humble opinion. Still, rental agencies are plentiful. Instead, though, try to rent a compact car, which I feel is the best way to explore Zakynthos. They are much quieter, have air conditioning, and you can charge your device while using Google Maps or the GPS if it has one. Make your reservations in advance during peak season. And of course, being an island, there are boat rentals and cruises available. You can explore Zakynthos using any of these methods self-guided, or learn more about your village and Zakynthos while meeting other travelers by participating in a historic, food, or wine tour, bus tour, boating excursion with water activities, and more. I have links to some of the top-rated tours in Zakynthos in the video description below for your planning ease. Number 5, safety tips. Crime in Zakynthos is very low. It is considered safe to walk alone day or night. Just practice these general safety measures like I did as a solo female traveler for a wonderful time. Be careful walking at night outside of villages. Not all streets have sidewalks or streetlights. People may also drive fast on the island roads, so if you're unsure about walking at night, take a taxi. Always keep your belongings with you at all times, with bag pockets closed and no cash or valuables in your pockets, especially in crowded or touristy areas. Drink water to stay hydrated and keep alcohol consumption at a moderate level, especially if you expect to be doing water activities. Wear sunscreen always in the peak and shoulder season months. Don't stay on unpopulated beaches alone or past sunset, and bring only essentials with you and never leave them unattended. And a biggie, falling off a cliff for a selfie or being injured by falling cliff face while laying on a beach would slightly ruin your vacation. Yes, these things have happened in Zakynthos, so please obey all signs and stay clear of all cliff edges, above and below, especially at areas like Shipwreck Viewpoint and Shipwreck Beach. Make your Zakynthos travel as enjoyable as possible and bring these travel essentials: a VPN service for data security, portable Wi-Fi or get a grease SIM card, a solar charger so your devices are always charged on the beach or for boating trips or other excursions, a reusable water bottle with filter so you can fill up at the tap to stay hydrated and reduce costs and waste, a hat for shoulder and peak season travel, marine safe sunscreen to protect the sea turtles and other marine life, sunglasses with UV protection, a monosling bag keeping your valuables safe and to stay hands-free while traveling, a waterproof waist pouch to keep your items with you in the water and not unattended on the beach, and a thermal phone case to keep your mobile device from overheating in the sun. I have links to all these great travel essentials for you in the video description for your convenience. Where to stay in Zante depends on what type of activities you want to do. For a Greek island, I think it's ideal to have access to the best of beaches, water activities, restaurants and bars, nightlife, all accessible on foot, while being fairly close to an island arrival and departure points for less travel time and expense. Therefore, I believe staying in LAGANAS beach is optimal for an easy, lively, and relaxing first trip to Zakynthos because LAGANAS beach is expansive with umbrella and lounge chair rentals, water activities, multiple bars, restaurants, clubs, and nightlife, all accessible on foot. Plus, it's next to the Marine National Park of Zakynthos. Think of sea turtle spotting. It's 20 minutes to Zante town for more restaurants, bars, shopping, historical sites, and sightseeing. LAGANAS is served by the public bus and departure point for many excursions, and it has multiple accommodation options with parking availability if you want to rent a car to explore more of the island. I also look for an accommodation with reasonable price, great amenities, free cancellation, good breakfast, good ratings, and a travel sustainable rating, certification, or using a variety of sustainable practices. Checking all these boxes and more, the top LAGANAS hotels to consider are Zante Hotel Zakynthos, adults only, Gardelli Resort, Pretty Spitty Holiday Home, Mediterranean Beach Resort, California Beach Hotel, adults only, and Cactus Hotel. I stayed at the Cactus Hotel on my last trip to Zakynthos. The location was perfect. It was walking distance to the strip for nightlife and restaurants and shopping, but also quiet and a block away from the beach. It had 2 pools, has free parking, great staff, breakfast, and a comfortable room. I would definitely stay at the Cactus Hotel again. Unfortunately, there are no hostels in LAGANAS, but for the best budget-friendly accommodations that still check all the boxes, try the California Beach Hotel, adults only. Links to all of these great accommodations are available for you in the video description to save you time. Number 8, top things to do in Zakynthos. There are a slew of things to do in Zakynthos beyond sunbathing. Here are but some of the things to do in Zakynthos to get you started planning. And of course there are more, but try to put these at a minimum on your Zakynthos itinerary. Zakynthos boasts a rich culinary tradition that reflects its Mediterranean heritage. Chicken, rabbit, pork, and lamb dishes are plentiful and made in many different ways, such as in stews, souvlaki's, gyros, and pasta dishes. Also popular are dishes of shrimp, swordfish, or octopus. Equally plentiful are baked dishes of aubergines, tomatoes, peppers, or grapevine leaves stuffed with rice, veggies, or both, and warm puff pastries filled with feta, spinach, ham, cheese, or meats. You'll find fresh Greek salads and sides of warm pita bread with broad bean dip, eggplant dip, or a cool tzatziki sauce. For the sweet tooth, have Greek yogurt topped with honey or fruit, or indulge in the baklava. Zakynthos dishes will be made with fresh local cheeses made from sheep or goat's milk, olive oils, roasted meats, seafood, veggies, and fruit. Pair your meal with, or just sip, a glass of the crisp, refreshing white wine made from the local Verdilla grape, popular among locals and visitors alike. And why not have a taste of ouzo after dinner? Zakynthos' culinary options are plentiful, from budget eats to fine dining and wine tasting. Restaurants range from ethnic to traditional taverns by the sea and in the mountainous villages to luxurious hotel restaurants. You can stay within your own village for dining or explore among the many villages. Hit the beaches to grab a drink or bite to eat at the bars and food stands at hand. And don't forget for planning for sunsets on the west side. Venture out to the local wineries such as Grampus Winery, Salomos Winery, Kalinko, or Gomos Estate Winery, just to name a few. An additional delight is the Therianos family organic farm. Taste their organic wines, olive oils, and raisins, and try their organic health and beauty products. They are fantastic. You won't leave empty-handed. Stop into any of these or call in advance for tastings and tours. For the nightlife scene, the southern end of the island is where it's at. The all-night bars and clubs are hopping at LAGANAS, and the towns of Argasi, Kalamaki, and Salivi have happening beach bars and parties. For a more chill night out, just go for dinner at one of the many restaurants around the island, or hit the cozy streets of Zante town for drinks and music at any of the plethora of bars which stay open to 2 to 3 in the morning. Tipping in Greece has become customary for tourists. Always check first on your bill to see if a tip was included to avoid double tipping. If not, it's okay to round up to the next euro or tip up to 10 to 15% for really good service. Tipping in cash is preferred. Number 10, day trips. If you have time and want to explore more of the Ionian region, try a day trip or two to Kefalonia, the archaeological site of Olympia on Peloponnese, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, or Athens. Or just stay close to Zakynthos and enjoy exploring the beaches and marine life by boating excursions to Turtle Island, the Blue Caves, Kerry Caves, or more. These are great ways to see more of Zakynthos and Greece while meeting other travelers. I have links to great, highly rated Zakynthos boating excursions and day trip tours from Zakynthos for you below to start your planning. Number 11, budget tips. Luckily, Zakynthos is not as expensive as some other Greek destinations, like Santorini. Still, if you're traveling Zakynthos on a budget, keep the following in mind while booking and during your trip. Visit in the shoulder season months, ideal for outdoor fun and avoiding crowds. Travel during the week, avoiding holidays and popular festivals. Book accommodations well in advance during peak season and stay further away from the beaches. Save on all-inclusive costs with a budget-friendly hotel or hostel instead. Avoid staying in the nightlife towns like LAGANAS and Zante town. Avoid dining in high tourist areas, shop at local markets, and book a room with a refrigerator to save on dining out. Take the airport bus to and from the airport or the public bus to and from the ferry port instead of a taxi. Take advantage of walking as much as possible. Use the public bus instead of renting a car to explore beyond your village. If needing to rent a car, do it on your last day in Zakynthos and drop it off at the airport or port. Your hotel can assist in arranging this. Purchase a Greek or Europe eSIM or SIM card instead of costly international plan through your local carrier. And Zakynthos has public beaches, hiking, lovely villages, and historical and cultural sites, and other fun, free things to do. Travel Greece with your eco-friendly foot forward and the planet in mind, using any of these easy eco-travel tips that do make a difference. Look for flights that emit less CO2 through your airline or through Skyscanner's Greener Flights filter. Purchase carbon offsets through your airline or third party to lower your flight's carbon footprint. The less you pack, the lighter the plane, and the less fuel it uses, plus traveling carry-on saves time in the airport. In addition to Booking.com's travel sustainable properties, Green Globe and Green Key Global have eco-friendly certified lodging options. During all phases of travel, reduce your plastic trash and your carbon footprint by bringing your own reusable shopping bags, water bottle with filter, and bamboo travel utensils. They take up very little space in your carry-on. And speaking of your water bottle, like other Greek islands, bottled water is the solution to poor drinking water on the island, unfortunately. Bringing a Life Straw water bottle with filter, I have a link below, may allow you to drink the water without buying plastic bottled water. If you do buy bottled water, buy only the really large bottles, and if you don't use it by the end of your trip, don't throw it out, give it to the hotel. Don't rely on buying marine-safe sunscreen there. Bring it with you to protect the sea turtles and marine life. And take advantage of walking, the public bus, and tours to reduce vehicle pollution in Zakynthos. I hope you're still with me because these tips are valuable just for Zakynthos. The tap water is safe to use for cooking and brushing your teeth, but due to high mineral content, it is advised not to drink unless you're using a filtered water bottle. Zakynthos gets hot during the peak season months, so ensure to stay hydrated. Bring proper footwear for all beach, hiking, and hard surface walking. Many beaches have eateries, cafes, restrooms, lounge chairs, and umbrellas for rental, but they will go quickly in the peak season. The Zakynthos airport has free Wi-Fi, and some establishments may also offer it as well, so just ask them. In addition to bus and taxi drivers, some places will only accept cash, so bring plenty with you. The best way to see the shipwreck beach from shipwreck viewpoint is to show up early. Lines will form. Always purchase excursion, boating, bus, food, and other tour tickets in advance during peak season as they can sell out. It's best to know how to drive a manual stick shift vehicle, as this is a common Zakynthos rental option. Visiting churches, cover your shoulders, arms, and legs, and do not wear flip-flops. Google Maps can have a mind of its own on the island, so don't be surprised if it does lie to you. Locals may speak English, but it is common courtesy to lead a conversation in Greek. If they speak English in return, that is a courtesy. Archelon is the Sea Turtle Protection Society of Greece, and you can help their conservation efforts by booking a tour that partners with them. I have an eco-friendly turtle spotting tour link for you below. Access to the marine park of Zakynthos is strictly prohibited after sunset. Some areas are off limits altogether, and encroaching on sea turtles and their nesting areas is strictly prohibited. Look on the park's website to know all the park rules in advance of your visit. And speaking of protection, just one more note about protecting yourself. Please obey all the posted signs on Shipwreck Viewpoint and other cliffside viewpoints. Don't be that thoughtless tourist walking or hiking in marked or restricted areas. Your life is not worth an Instagram photo. So how much time do you really need in Zakynthos on your first time trip? Well, the amount of time you spend depends on your interests and activities you wish to undertake, and where in Zakynthos you're staying. The villages are compact and easy to navigate quickly, even Zante town. But exploring the top offerings of Zakynthos around the island, which I highly recommend, requires more time, a minimum of 3 days to enjoy your stay. 4 days would be even better and a little bit more relaxing. And now that you know your way around Zakynthos, would you like a great itinerary for getting the best of Zakynthos in those 3 or 4 days? Well, I've got great Zakynthos itineraries that will save you a ton of time by taking out all the guesswork for your first time trip. Just check out the links below to grab your Zakynthos itinerary, perfect for first time visit.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed these 15 top tips on planning your trip to Zakynthos. And if so, give this video a like and subscribe to CORR Travel and keep coming back. If you want more information on Zakynthos and Greece travel, check out the upcoming videos I have for you next. And don't forget to use the links I have below so you can plan and book your trip to Zakynthos. And have a wonderful time in Zakynthos, Greece.